Okay, the last episode I talked about starting to document my process and an idea I've got about how I'm going to repurpose content and see what the results are. So take photographs, screenshots, all that stuff of the beginning point today. And at the end of that episode I said, hey, now I've got opportunities coming up to do some other things, projects with some people, but perhaps that pulls me away from this process. And so I wanted to talk about that. Some other opportunities that have landed in front of me, and how can I make all this work together?
You know when someone is selling from stage, and at the end, the audience gets up and rushes to the back of the room to buy? That's a table rush. My name is Mischa Z, and the Table Rush Talk Show is all about bringing you the tools, strategies, and tactics that you can use to grow your audience and inspire them to buy.
All right. A shiny object flashed in front of my eyes. And like a shooting star, like a comet, go chase that. And actually, I think there are some great ideas in that opportunity, but let me get to it. On a few episodes ago, I talked about how I came across Stacy, who has an awesome magazine called Body, Mind, Soul. And she's really good at making these niche interest magazines. They're very professionally done, super sexy, glossy, good content. And she is able to work in advertising, storytelling, all these things. And she's grown that business before, sold it. And so she's starting again, or has started again after a few years, and is having some success as she rebuilds that type of business. And hey, Stacy, if you're listening, if I haven't already said that. So Stacy saw my summit, loved it, thought it was great. Mine had it is the Tools for a Good Life Summit. It's got a day of body, mind, spirit. Super cool, just great content. Interviews, very professionally done, so it looks really good. Content's great. Just an awesome project. And so she says, "Oh yeah, I'd like to partner up with you on a project." And so, where to go with this? Of course, I'm like, all right, I'll do another summit. Basically we make the summit about me and her, but it's become very clear, and there's all these ways to go with that, right? But it came very clear that, hey, maybe the better thing to do is to help her do the summit. Be like, hey, I'll help you do this summit, and let it be about you and your audience, and make it fully about you and not about me. But I've done one, I had success, I can absolutely help you. I know fairly well the audience you're trying to speak to, and so I could help her out with that. And then, in effect, produce the summit. And then I was thinking, well, gosh, is producing that summit at that capacity, what if I just introduced her to the people to help her, right? I have this great lady, Andrea, who can do all the tech side of things, has all sorts of great templates built out that she can work with, and this and that. And then I know a great copywriting lady, Molly, Mandelberg, who, if you listen to a recent interview, I interviewed her so I could say, hey, you can effectively go do this yourself. Here's all the pieces that you need. But I also definitely, it's really cool. One of the most awesome parts of Molly's interview, or this line that resonated with me, where she was talking about, Molly was speaking to a friend of hers, a Karen. So funny. She said, there are some good Karens out there. The Karen memes and the Karen TikToks about how, the crazy Karens. Anyway, she says, oh, there are some good Karens out there. But she asked her good friend Karen, what do you see as my gift or my superpower? And Karen said, hey, here's what your superpower is. She says, yeah, but that's so fun. I'd like to do that. That's what Molly says. I don't think I can get paid for that because it's so much fun. And Molly said, because now she gets paid to do just that thing. She says, if you ever say, that's so much fun, I couldn't possibly get paid to do that, that's probably your calling. I was like, you know what? I'm going to think about that. So ever since I interviewed her, and she said that, and I'm I am on my own beginning stages of new entrepreneurial endeavors, and finding what I like, what's fun for me, what am I good at, all those things. I really have been looking for meditating on that nugget. What is it that I just think is so fun? No way they'd pay me to do it. And it came to me via Stacy. Because I was like talking to Stacy, and I could totally, since I'm a few steps in front of her on the whole summit, build your lead list that way. Stacy's got a great offer, so she could monetize her offer on the back end of the summit. She can use the summit, all these great ways to help her followers, her advertisers, because she sells advertising for a magazine, all these things. I just have this clear vision of like, oh my gosh, and how Stacy could, create an incredible offer on the back end over and above the cool offer she already has. How Stacy could build a Russell Brunson-like tribe, ClickFunnels, funnel hacker-like tribe. That's just that tribe that stands out to me, that culture, that community. So many others. I just happen to be embedded in the funnel hacker community right now. But all these great strategy points, talking points, and now I was like, gosh, I just love talking strategy. And so it just hit me as I was thinking, I don't want to be the main guy of Stacy's summit. I think if she chooses to do one, I think that's a disservice to her, perhaps. Like maybe maybe it's like, hey, let's make this summit about you, Stacy, and what you're up to and your vision of it. And I'll interview the people if you want, but perhaps you want to interview the people, Stacy. Like, it doesn't matter to me. But hang in there with me. Lots of thought loops flying around here as I'm trying to talk about this. I was thinking like, the process that I'm in with the 2 Comma Club X and at first it's creating your platform of publishing, I've got that locked in. Podcasting, YouTubing, or blogging. And then the next steps and the next steps. And you do the summit and you do these things. And then there's the creating the offers and these things. And necessity is the mother of invention. So I'm like, I got to craft an amazing offer for Stacy where I'm helping with the strategy part of things, plus other, but I can monetize one of the things that is so fun for me and that I'm good at. And that's, holding space, asking questions, strategy, one-on-one stuff for the moment. And I just think that's so cool. I think I'm sticking to the to the topic of this podcast. If not, I apologize. So I've got to come up with an offer for Stacy, how I can strategically help her, bring in all the pieces, the technical pieces for her, make the introductions of the pros that can help with. It would be like you're directing a movie. Or I'm the producer of a movie. I pull in the director. I pull in the, craft services. You pull in the script people. You pull in the blankety blink. And I'm like, all right, here you go, Stacy. I'll help you pull in all these pieces. Stacy, thank you so much for letting me use your name. I think you're awesome. So excited for the potential to work with you, or not, or just help you make the introductions and in effect step away. But I'm a bit rambly at this point. I think I've made my point. How can this help you? How can this help you? I think this can help you is if you're wondering, look for the parts that are funnest for you and you're like, how can I get paid to do this? I think that's what? You will pay me to do this? No way. And that's what we're called to do. Interesting thought. Listen to this episode a few times. Pull out some nuggets to justify my narcissistic rants. Anyway, love to all. Peace out. All is good.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Table Rush Talk Show. For resources to help you sell your stuff, go to belove.media/resources. That's belove.media/resources. And be sure to subscribe, comment, 5-star, and share. Thank you again for listening.